Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mr. Mini and welcome to a new installment of Liquid Gold Pairings. Now just as a reminder, Liquid Gold Pairings is about the exploration of the culture of luxury beverages. This includes wines, spirits, beers, ciders and non-alcoholic beverages. The primary objective with Liquid Gold Pairings is to explore how these beverages may be paired with fine foods, luxury beverages, lifestyle, and the experiences in which we usually enjoy these beverages. Simply put, the infinite ways in which we may enjoy liquid gold. So in today's episode of Liquid Gold Pairings, we'll be exploring Villiera's 2017 Chenin Blanc. This particular wine is made by the Grier Family in Stellenbosch. So let's go ahead and begin tasting the wine. So of course, since it's a white wine, we want to choose a tulip-shaped glass, which has a smaller rim for a mouth. It allows for just enough air to go in, which is to say oxygen, to infuse with the wine to bring out the aromas and the flavors of the wine. So let's go ahead and pour the wine. Now, when pouring wine, you want to hold your glass at a 45-degree angle. This minimizes spillage during the pouring, and in the case of, I think especially champagnes, sparkling wines and the like, you want to minimize the amount of frothing or foaming that takes place during the pouring of the wine itself. So let's go ahead and pour it. Oh, I actually almost forgot. We need to get our aerator. Now ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend that you purchase yourself an aerator. It doesn't have to be fancy. Personally, I've got this one for myself at ShopRite store. It was merely 50 Rand. So let's go ahead and prepare for the pouring of our wine. The purpose of an aerator really is to get as much oxygen through the air into the wine as possible. You won't see in this camera, but at the top of these there are sort of 3 holes for the air to go in, and you'll see during the pouring of the wine, it'll seem like the wine is frothing or becoming effervescent. It's not, it's merely air being pushed into the wine. So let's go ahead and pour. Now, I think I've said this in a prior video, but when you're pouring a wine, you want to have the label face upward and your forefingers at the base underneath, sort of the other side of the wine, and to the sides, and then your thumb, if there's a dimple underneath the bottle of the wine, you want to have your thumb there. So let's go ahead and pour. Ooh, why is this? It's taking a hell of a lot more effort than expected. So yeah, there you go. As you can see, it seems like bubbles are forming. It's not effervescent, it's just air being pushed into the wine. Now, don't be, let's say, generous in your pouring of the wine when you're tasting wine. You want just enough to do the wine tasting, but not too much that in our next step really, when we're swirling the wine to get even more oxygen into it, that when you're swirling it you end up spilling the wine. So let's go ahead and swirl the wine. I mean, even as I'm swirling the wine at the moment, just through the air being pushed in and the wine being aerated, the fragrances of the wine are coming through, and my, this is quite a wonderfully fragrant wine. So now, having gotten the air into it, we now want to have a good look at the wine. So Villiera's Chenin Blanc has sort of a golden straw hue to it. It's quite clear. I mean, this is to be expected, but very few particles floating in the wine. So I expect this to be quite a, let's say, smooth, floral, and with a lot of probably melons, summer fruits in the flavors of the wine. But nonetheless, our next step now is to smell the wine. You want to take a good whiff of the wine. I smell quite a few. It's almost like a gentle, mild, oceanic smell to it, like sea salt. Like a chilled late afternoon dusk sea breeze, very fresh. Also for me, I smell quite a lot of kiwi, fresh kiwi, very mild Granny Smith apples, and I don't know, but I think with a lot of South African white wines, especially with your Chenin Blancs and your Sauvignon Blancs, you'll get a lot of melon flavors in the wine. So take a good whiff of the wine. As I've said before in our, I think the second episode of Liquid Gold Pairings, a great deal of your tasting comes from smelling. So the more clear your nasal is, the better you'll be at wine tasting. So now the third step of wine tasting, which is not third step, but the fourth and may say probably fifth step of wine tasting, is sipping. Now the tasting of the wine itself. This is, I suppose, a little bit unexpected. I don't want to say despite its fruitiness, but in complementing the fruitiness of the wine, there's a wonderful, gentle, subtle acidity to it. Kind of like pineapples, the acidity of pineapples. And that's what you get. You get a little bit of pineapple with the apple and the melon. It's like a pineapple that's been exposed for a lengthy period of time to the South African summer sun, and it's softened and almost a little bit over-ripened, but not rotten. And so all its sweetness and acidity has developed into this wonderful emulsion of sweetness and acidity. I also detect sort of very ripe peaches, probably a little bit of nectarine and mango. The mango, I think, is the mango, the peaches, a little bit of the nectarine, I think is what gives the wine its sort of floral fragrance, and even, funny enough, it's floral flavors. I'm just thinking, what would I pair this wine with? What immediately comes to mind is fruit salad. Definitely with pavlova. I would also think, maybe I say this because I'm a sushi lover, but sushi, fresh sushi, with a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, a little bit of lemon, fresh sushi will go particularly well with Villiera's 2017 Chenin Blanc. And I think sort of your green, not too hot, not hot, but mild curry, or let's say if you're in South Africa or in England, your lemon and herb from chicken from Nando's will go brilliantly with this. Yeah, this is like really, I think, a surprisingly good wine. It's above fair. So I would really recommend this to pretty much anyone, especially I think if you're a beginner wine drinker. Villiera's Chenin Blanc, the 2007 vintage, will be a good place to start exploring wines before you get your more complex, even let's say dry or red wines. This is a good wine, smooth, good in the palate, a good drinking wine, but also great paired with food. So ladies and gentlemen, this is another episode of Liquid Gold Pairings. I hope you'll try out, I highly recommend in fact, Villiera's 2007 Chenin Blanc, a surprisingly good wine. I expect it to be fair, but it's actually quite good. Good for drinking, good for pairing foods, so go ahead and purchase a bottle of Villiera's Chenin Blanc, the 2017 vintage. Thank you for watching this installment of Liquid Gold Pairings. Please join me every day at 3 p.m. Johannesburg time for a new installment of Liquid Gold Pairings.